Coming up on NBC 26 today, Super Sunday, highlights and more from the Super Bowl. Plus a case investigators called the worst they've seen, more on an animal abuse investigation in Sheboygan. And we've got team coverage this morning of the cold temperatures. Our Max Grossfeld is in Ashwaubenon, but first we'll start with meteorologist Michael Fish. He's in the Weather Center. Fish, pretty cold this morning.
Oh yeah, Brooke, and it's not just, of course, the cold, it's that wind as well. Look at these temperatures. It is 9 below currently in Green Bay, so a very chilly morning. Doesn't take much wind to give you that wind chill, only 6 miles per hour, but the wind chill in Green Bay, 22 below. Now here are our current temps. Everybody right now is well below zero. Look at Watoma, 14 below, 9 below, Oshkosh and Fond du Lac, 8 below in Appleton. You get the picture. It's cold. But not only that, we have that bit of a breeze, and it's giving us wind chills that feel like 22 below in Manitowoc, Fond du Lac, 26 below in Antigo. That's why we have another one of these wind chill advisories going until 10 o'clock this morning for pretty much the whole area besides Menominee County, Michigan. But when you go outside, it's not only the cold temperature, it's that a little bit of a wind as well. Now, this system is going to actually pass to our south, but it still might just clip part of the area, mainly to the south, with possibly a couple flurries this afternoon or a snow shower. You see this, but most of us should be all right. And if you would see any accumulation, mainly to the south out of it, it would be very light, if anything at all. Your main story this morning is the cold. By noon, going up to 10 degrees, those clouds on the increase. That chance of an afternoon flurry or maybe a little bit of light snow, mainly to the south, high of 14. Brooke, we'll let you know how long we're going to be caught in this cold pattern coming up.
All right, thanks, Fish. Now, roads are still slick after a Saturday storm dumped several inches of snow on northeast Wisconsin. That, combined with today's cold temperatures, can lead to dangerous driving conditions. Our Max Grossfeld joins us live in Ashwaubenon with some ways to stay safe. Max?
Well, Brooke, a very good morning. With those dangerous driving conditions and the cold weather, we figured right now was a good time to get caught up on some driving safety tips before you head out on your morning commute. Well, first and foremost, you'll notice that your garage is closed. I'm standing in the garage of the NBC 26 studios in Ashwaubenon. So if you want to warm up your car, first thing you got to do is make sure you open the garage door as I run into our car window. So you got to open the garage door, because if you don't, dangerous carbon monoxide can build up, and that can lead to injury or worse, possibly even death. Next, AAA says you should make sure your tires are properly inflated. That way you make sure you keep traction on the road. Now let's keep moving down the car, and we'll head to the gas tank. You're going to want to keep your gas tank more than halfway filled. If you don't, then you can run into issues with freezing gas lines, and that can lead to costly repairs. Now come on back with me to the exhaust pipe. Now, obviously we're in the garage, so we don't have any issues right here, but if you're out on the street, you're going to want to make sure this is clear, or that carbon monoxide can build up and go back into the cabin. So now all that's left to do, pull out your keys, unlock the door, and drive away. I'll send it back to you in the studio, Brooke.
All right, thank you so much, Max. Now, for complete weather coverage online, including the latest delays and closings, you can be sure to head to our website, NBC26.com, or download our mobile app. Now, from the highlights of the big game to Justin Timberlake's halftime show to the celebrations of the winning team, Super Bowl 52 is one for the history books. NBC's Wendy Woolfolk has more from Minneapolis.
Outside U.S. Bank Stadium, bitter cold.
Woo! I'm very excited. We are very excited for the Super Bowl.
Inside, Patriots and Eagles fans.
Let's go Birds! Ah!
Heating things up early.
And with the flashbulbs popping in Minnesota, here we go.
The first quarter offensive.
Got hurt opening day. 25-yard attempt is good.
Both teams marching down for early field goals.
6-yard attempt. Ryan Allen to put it down.
The teams trading scores.
Left play action. Going for it all into the end zone, and it is caught.
And in the second,
inside the 10, takes it to the end zone.
The Eagles closing the half with a bit of trickery.
And they're going to snap it, and it's Trey Burton who throws, caught. Foles, touchdown.
For a 10-point lead, followed by this.
Let's go!
Justin Timberlake taking the spotlight with an elaborate and energetic halftime performance, including a tribute to Minneapolis native Prince. And closing, in the crowd,
Here we go.
a crowd that saw the second half start with a quick Patriots score.
Gronkowski for the touchdown.
The Eagles answering.
Touchdown.
The two teams battling back and forth. Tom Brady and the Patriots taking a late lead.
Touchdown.
But the Eagles soaring back in front of this circus catch, then sealing the game with the turnover.
The ball is out, and Philadelphia has it.
With my daughter, my wife, my family, my teammates, this city, we're very blessed.
Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles.
And the green and gold had to watch the Super Bowl from the comforts of home this year, but there were some players and coaches with ties to the Badger State. Our Charlie Sakaitis reports.
Super Bowl 52 was one for the ages here in Minneapolis, and there was some connections to Wisconsin that were playing in that game. We start with Coach Doug Peterson, former backup quarterback to Brett Favre. And you know what? Brett Favre actually spoke with the Eagles prior to kickoff in this one. Peterson was a titan, going toe-to-toe, coaching against the best in the game, Bill Belichick, and he came out on top. He was aggressive over and over and over, including on what might have been the biggest play of the game when he decided to go for it on fourth down late in the second half instead of kicking the easy field goal, and drew up a play that turned out to be a pass to his quarterback, Nick Foles. As for a couple of the other guys that you may know, pair of Wisconsin kids, Corey Clement had 4 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown in this game. And then on the other side for the Patriots, James White, 7 touches, 45 yards, and a touchdown. He also had 2 catches for 21 yards. Now, I know when you're from a city that's dubbed Title Town, like we all are there in Green Bay, it's tough to see anybody else win the Lombardi Trophy. But you can take a little solace knowing that a couple guys with Wisconsin ties are going to be the ones enjoying it this year. Keeping you connected from US Bank Stadium, I'm Charlie Sakaitis for NBC 26.
All right, thanks, Charlie. Now, while many people decided to stay in and watch the game from home, some decided to go out and enjoy it. Stadium View Bar and Grill was packed with sports fans for Super Bowl Sunday, and our Mo Heider spoke with some of them.
Fans here say when it comes to Super Sunday, they just want to have a good time with friends and family and watch a competitive football game. As football season comes to an end, fans took the opportunity to enjoy one last game. And they say this one didn't disappoint.
It was good. It was the best Super Bowl I've seen in a while.
Many of the fans we spoke would say they were in it for the entertainment.
I always like a good game.
But some Packers fans who were watching say they do have a soft spot for the Eagles and wanted to see them take home the Lombardi Trophy.
You know, Doug Peterson, ex-Packer, and I just learned that he's turning 50 a day after I turned 50, so.
At the end of the day, people say it's all about having fun with loved ones.
We came here from Birchwood to celebrate and be in Green Bay to just watch the Super Bowl, and it's been very inviting and a good time down here.
Keep you connected in Ashwaubenon, Mo Heider, NBC 26.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mo. Outside, it's cold out again. Look at this. Fox Valley, Appleton, it's 8 below. That's not the wind chill, that's the actual temperature. And we have a wind that's not that strong, but it's still giving you a wind chill of 22 below. That is cold for an actual wind chill. Now, look at some of these temps. We got Watoma checking in with 14 below, 5 below Manitowoc and Sheboygan, 6 below in Menominee, with wind chills that feel like 22 below. Also at Green Bay and Manitowoc, 26 below in Anago. So watch it this morning. Another cold one out there. For most of the area, we have another one of these wind chill advisories running until 10 o'clock this morning. Even after that, it's not like it warms up that much. Now, the other thing I'm watching today, you're probably going to notice clouds starting to increase as the day goes on. Then the farther you live to the south, the better your chance of seeing a couple flurries or a little bit of light snow. If you would see any accumulation, it would be really light, if anything at all. So the forecast for the rest of your day here, only going up to 14. That's well below average, and that chance of late afternoon flurry activity or a little bit of light snow, mainly to the south. Brooke, I'm going to let you know how long we keep around this winter-like pattern in the cold coming up.
All All right, thanks, Fish. Now, Shawano police are looking for a person of interest in a counterfeit money case. Officers say multiple counterfeit $20 bills have been found around town. They're searching for a white male in his mid-20s, last seen wearing a Seattle Seahawks stocking cap and sweatshirt with gray sweatpants. He was last seen driving a tan-colored mid-90s Chevy Blazer-type vehicle. Police say the counterfeit bills look very much like real $20 bills, except the material is different. If you have any information, contact police. 3 defendants charged in what investigators called the worst case of animal abuse they've seen will appear in Sheboygan County Court today. They face a combined 113 charges, 36 misdemeanors each for their alleged role in an animal shelter that housed hundreds of dogs. Some were found dead in freezers when police investigated. 2 of the defendants also face a mistreatment of animals felony and a charge of mental harm to a child. This morning, investigators are trying to figure out why a railroad track switch was manually locked in the wrong position. They say that's what caused this deadly crash in South Carolina. The switch sent that train onto a loading track where it crashed into a parked train. The train's conductor and engineer were killed. At least 116 others got hurt. Investigators say the automated track system was down when the train derailed. Teams are also reviewing video taken from the front of the train. Today, former USA Gymnastics doctor turned convicted child molester Larry Nassar will be sentenced for the 3rd and final time. This latest case is for 3 sexual assault charges. On Friday, the dad of 3 victims tried to attack Nassar in court. That dad won't be charged. Even without this latest sentence, Nassar will die in prison. 15 just exonerated Russian athletes and coaches will not compete in the Olympics later this week in South Korea. The International Olympic Committee ruled overnight an arbitration court overturned lifetime doping bans for 13 athletes and 2 coaches on Friday. It said there wasn't enough evidence to prove they broke the rules. The IOC said despite the court ruling, it's still suspicious of its potential doping violations. All right, still ahead. If you missed out on that halftime show, we've got you covered. Highlights from the halftime are coming up.
It's very cold out once again. See that system out to the west? That's actually going to pass to our south, but it could bring a few of you a couple snowflakes. I'll let you know who and how long we keep around this cold air. All that in your full Storm Shield forecast.
Minneapolis, Minnesota, this one's for you.
All right, did you catch the Super Bowl halftime performance? Justin Timberlake performed a variety of his hits over the years, and among the songs Timberlake performed was Prince's I Would Die For You. The Super Bowl is Prince's hometown of Minneapolis. This was Timberlake's first invite back to perform at halftime since the controversial halftime show in 2004, remembered for a wardrobe malfunction involving Janet Jackson.
Here, I thought there were rumors that she was going to make her appearance.
I guess she was nowhere to be seen, so.
Nope. It all turned out all right.
But
man, is he good.
You gotta love Justin Timberlake.
Holy cow.
He's great.
Yeah, and
Everyone
it was,
loves
of course, right on our air here. Got to watch it. What a game, too. Okay, I should stop with the sports stuff and stick to the weather. Well, it's cold out again. Now, when you see a temperature trend like this, when we're caught in these light blues and whites, that means that it's cold here. Now, I'm going to put it in motion. Here's Tuesday. Let's go into Wednesday here. We're still caught in these light blues and some whites. And by the end of the week, it's still cold. So we're caught in this cold pattern for the rest of the week. And look at this. This is our actual temperature in Green Bay. That's 9 below 0. It's 9 below out right now. There's not much wind, but it's still giving us a wind chill of 22 degrees below 0. So when you go outside, get ready. It's going to really hit you when you step outside. Here's 9 below 0 in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac, 14 below in Wautoma. You get the picture. It's cold, and then you factor in the winds. Again, they're not strong, but it's just enough to give you these wind chills, what feels like 22 below Manitowoc. In Fond du Lac, 14 below. So the wind's kind of light in Wautoma. That's why the temperatures really dropped there. There's Anago, feels like 26 below 0. So most of us under a wind chill advisory until 10 o'clock this morning, except for Menominee County, Michigan. Either way you cut it. It's cold out. We have that breeze giving you a cold wind chill. Now, the other thing I'm watching is this weak little system. It's going to dive to our south. Now, it's going to affect southern Wisconsin. And by the way, if you have any flights out of like the Chicago area this afternoon or even Milwaukee, just keep an eye on them because it's going to start to snow there in the afternoon. Let's time this out here for you. Skycast, this is around 4 o'clock. You see it's snowing mainly in southern Wisconsin. There's Milwaukee, Chicago, it's snowing. But most of us here in northeast Wisconsin, if you'd see anything, a couple flurries or real light snow to the south into the evening hours, that's going to move its way on out. Now, if we would see any accumulation with that, it would be very light, and the best chance of even seeing any of that would be to the south. So most of us all right with this, but if you do have travel plans, go well to the south this afternoon into the evening, watch it, probably going to run into some snow. But the farther you are to the north, the less the likelihood of you seeing that. So just a chance of a couple flurries or a little bit of light snow, the better chances to the south. 14 degrees, that's it for your high. For tonight, still that chance of a little light snow or a couple flurries, mainly to the south. Those going to come to an end through the evening, then going down to 1 below. And for tomorrow, 12, that's it. We are caught in this pattern again, and that's a cold temperature for this time of year. Wednesday, 16 degrees. Another chance of a couple snow showers, mainly in the morning. Thursday, 17, still cool on Friday. Another chance of a little bit of light snow into Saturday. So, Brooke, all of these temperatures here on the extended forecast are well below average. So we're doing it again. We're caught in the cold.
We're gonna have to bundle up this week.
That's right.
All right, thanks, Fish. Still ahead, shining a light on an issue close to home in many families, how This Is Us brought adoption to millions of homes. And hitting our state hard, the latest on the flu epidemic. You can stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for being with us. You may still be recovering from last night's emotional episode of This Is Us. The NBC show has captured a lot of hearts with its storylines about adoption. One local family who's living it says This Is Us is the one show that's gotten it right. Stephanie and Jermaine Allen have 4 biological children as well as 4 adopted children who came into their life as foster kids 6 years ago. 3 of their adopted kids are siblings who were abused and were going to be separated if the Allens didn't take them in.
We're not rich, we can't give all this money, but we can give of our space and our time and our love, and so it was a no-brainer after that.
Now the Allens hope their story and the ones featured on This Is Us lead to more kids in need getting loving homes. And Mandy Moore joins the Today Show to break down the Super Bowl episode of This Is Us. The Today Show airs right after NBC 26 today at 7 o'clock this morning. All right, let's turn to weather now. Our Michael Fish is live outside on our weather deck where it is nice and chilly for him.
Yeah, nice and chilly. Yeah, real nice out here, Brooke. It's really cold again, and it's not just the wind this time. It's the actual temperature. Look at this in Green Bay. It's 9 below, and that's actually one of the coldest temperatures in the state right now. So when you step outside, get ready. Not only is it bitter cold, we've got these wind chills that make it feel like 22 below here in Green Bay, 23 below in Hamilton. I'm like rushing through this hit because I can't wait to get inside. Your forecast for the rest of the day, going up to 14. The farther you live to the south today, the better your chance of seeing a few flurries, maybe a little bit of light snow. But if there would be any accumulation, Brooke, it's not a big deal. But Milwaukee and Chicago, any flights around there today, just watch it. Maybe a couple delays by this afternoon.
Yeah, you could probably use a hat out there. I feel bad for your ears.
Thank you, Mom.
All right, thanks, Fish.
Yep.
All right, we have a health alert for you this morning. The flu epidemic is hitting one state especially hard. 100 flu-related deaths are reported in Kentucky, with at least 4 being children. There have been no reported deaths in Wisconsin, though health officials say well over 600 people have been admitted to the hospital for flu cases. The flu season runs through the end of May. Now, pop star Pink battling the flu, powered through a pre-Super Bowl concert, still hitting the high notes, flying in the air and dancing on stage days before she sang the national anthem at the big game. Pink did skip some of the words during the songs, relying on her backup singers on Friday at Nomadic Live at the Armory in Minneapolis. All right, still to come, we take you on a tour through history of the Lombardi Trophy, how Vince Lombardi legacy lives on. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching with us this morning. While the Packers weren't playing in the Super Bowl, a Packers great will grace the Eagles' home for a time. Our Max Grossfeld has a history of the Lombardi Trophy.
When Vince Lombardi came to Green Bay, he promised he had never been associated with a loser and didn't expect to start.
He was true to his word. All he did was win.
Packers historian Cliff Crystal says Lombardi masterfully navigated the green and gold through iconic games like the Ice Bowl, his last at Lambeau Field as a Packers coach, to the first two meetings of what are now the AFC and NFC, later called the Super Bowl.
Lombardi died on September 3rd, 1970, and a week later they renamed the trophy the Vince Lombardi Trophy.
For Packers fans, seeing the Lombardi Trophy stored in the Packers Hall of Fame conjures memories of triumph.
Who I was with, what I was feeling, the excitement I had, and just the utter joy when we won.
This massive replica is a constant reminder for fans of Lombardi's influence on the game and the close tie this city has to the sport's biggest prize.
It's the team that's won the most NFL championships, so I think it's a well-deserving tie.
We have a little girl, and we are raising her to be a Packer fan, too. We are Packer fans for life.
While the smallest Packers fans won't see their team win the big one every year, they can take pride in knowing it's their legendary coach who gives the trophy its name.
And according to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the Lombardi Trophy is nearly 21 inches tall, weighs about 7 pounds, and is worth more than $10,000. Tiffany's designed the trophy and continues to make it 52 years later.
Of course, the name's the best name you could possibly have. All right, speaking of Green Bay, 9 below, that's our actual temperature. It's just out there. It's cold. Wind chill feels like 22 below. You get the hint. Still feels like another one of these frigid winter mornings. That is the case. Look at Watoma. It's 14 below, 12 below in Antigo, Appleton, Fox Cities, 8 below, 9 below Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Look at these wind chills, too. Feels like 22 degrees below zero in Fond du Lac, 23 below in Ephraim. And then there's Antigo feeling close to 30 below this morning. So most of us under a wind chill advisory this morning until 10 a.m. Not Menominee County, Michigan. It's still really cold there as well. Now, the other thing that I'm watching for today, this is going to pass to our south, but still might clip part of the area with just a couple flurries, maybe a little bit of light snow, especially the farther south you live, but otherwise not a big deal. But if you're going towards Milwaukee today or Chicago, just watch it. Probably going to see a little bit of snow there that is going to accumulate, maybe some flight delays in that area. But as far as around here today, relatively quiet again. A couple late afternoon flurries, maybe a little bit of light snow, mainly to the south. Any accumulation light, if anything at all. 14 degrees for our high, so we're caught in the chill. And if you miss how long this is going to last, I'll be kind of timing that out for you. And we could see a little bit more snow all in a little bit. Stay with us.
All right, good Monday morning. Probably a lot of tired folks this morning.
Yes.
After last night's
Now,
Super Bowl.
Brooke and I, did you sleep kind of through the Super Bowl?
Yeah, well, the second half I slept through, had to, you know how it is.
Same here,
We
because
miss
we're
everything.
here at work. It's a good point. Now, when you're tired this morning, you're going to step outside. Maybe this will wake you up. The temperature. Holy moly, it's cold again. 9 below in Green Bay. Yes, 9 below zero. That's not the wind chill. The wind chill feels like 22 degrees below zero. Now, it's not like one of the windiest mornings, but when you have these cold temperatures, it doesn't take much of a wind to make a cold wind chill. It's 12 below in Antigo, 14 degrees below zero in Watoma. There's Oshkosh and Fond du Lac checking in with 9 below. With wind chills, that's what it feels like outside. 23 below in Appleton, 22 below in Manitowoc. So either way you cut it, a very cold winter-like morning without the snow. That's why we have a wind chill advisory. Another one of these going until 10 o'clock in the morning, except for Menominee County, Michigan. It's even cold there, so it's not like you're magically warmer than the rest of us. So this clipper system going to pass to our south, but it may just clip part of the area, especially the farther you live to the south. Now, here's a look at noon. We're quiet. You're going to notice the clouds on the increase, but later this afternoon into the evening, the farther you live to the south, the better your chance of seeing a few flurries, maybe a little bit of light snow. But any accumulation out of that would be light, if anything at all. Here's a look at the snow forecast. Again, the farther you live to the south, the better your chance of seeing any of that. So here's a look at your day planner going through today. Later on this afternoon, could see a couple flurries, maybe a little bit of light snow to the south, high of 14 degrees. So if you have flights going out of Chicago, Milwaukee, watch it. So Brooke, I'm going to let you know how long we're caught in this winter-like pattern here coming up.
All right, thanks, Fish. And it's going to be dangerously cold, as Fish just said this morning, as wind chills dip to less than 15 below zero. That being said, it's going to be important to keep your children bundled up as they head out to school. NBC 26's Max Grossfeld joins us live from Ashwaubenon with more. Max?
Well, a very good morning, Brooke. Photographer Matt and I have just been standing out here about 5 or 6 minutes, and already my nostrils are starting to freeze. And so by that investigative reporting, I can tell you it's very, very cold outside. Now that it's not cold enough, however, to delay or cancel Green Bay Public Schools. That happens when the wind chill gets to 35 below zero. So you've got to be careful when you're sending your little ones out to school this morning. Now I'll show you. I've got 3 layers on right here. I've got my dress shirt, my sweater, and my coat. That's not enough for how cold it is today. Now, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, they suggest dressing in lots of layers, one more than an adult would use in a similar situation. For a car ride even, they suggest a lot of thin layers so they don't get wrapped up too much. This is all to avoid hypothermia. That's when the body temperature drops to dangerously low levels. Some danger signs to look out for if a kid's feeling a little bit lethargic or a little bit clumsier than normal. Not just your normal everyday, but sort of that extra step. And if they're slurring their speech. Now, if a kid is hypothermic, the ADA suggests calling 911 right away, taking off any wet clothes. So if they've gotten some of this snow on them, make sure you get that wet clothes off them, wrap them in blankets and warm clothing, and wait until help arrives. Now, that's all the negatives, of course. It's still pretty out here, and if you dress your kids appropriately, it's nothing you have to worry about. Now, I'm going to go get warmed up inside and get ready for the next live hit. Keeping you connected in Ashwaubenon, Max Grossfeld, NBC 26.
All right, thanks, Max. Now, celebrations are still going strong this morning in Philadelphia after the Eagles upset the New England Patriots and won Super Bowl 52. And you can see there fans doing some ridiculous things, including car surfing, and watch as one guy jumps from a building awning. These fans boxed in that police car in the middle of the street, and these people walked up to a fire burning in the street. But there was also some good fun. Watch this. Riot police were in the streets with people to try and keep things in line. Now, the green and gold had to watch the Super Bowl from the comforts of home this year, but there were some players and coaches with ties to the Badger State. Our Charlie Sakaitis reports.
Super Bowl 52 was one for the ages here in Minneapolis, and there was some connections to Wisconsin that were playing in that game. We start with Coach Doug Peterson, former backup quarterback to Brett Favre. And you know what? Brett Favre actually spoke with the Eagles prior to kickoff in this one. Peterson was a titan, going toe-to-toe, coaching against the best in the game, Bill Belichick, and he came out on top. He was aggressive over and over and over, including on what might have been the biggest play of the game when he decided to go for it on 4th down late in the second half instead of kicking the easy field goal, and drew up a play that turned out to be a pass to his quarterback, Nick Foles. As for a couple of the other guys that you may know, pair of Wisconsin kids, Corey Clement had 4 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown in this game. And then on the other side, for the Patriots, James White, 7 touches, 45 yards, and a touchdown. He also had 2 catches for 21 yards. Now, I know when you're from a city that's dubbed Title Town, like we all are there in Green Bay, it's tough to see anybody else win the Lombardi Trophy. But you can take a little solace knowing that a couple guys with Wisconsin ties are going to be the ones enjoying it this year. Keeping you connected from US Bank Stadium, I'm Charlie Sakaitis for NBC 26.
All right, thanks, Charlie. Now, the Eagles are getting some love from the White House. President Trump tweeting, "Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles on a great Super Bowl victory." And Rocky himself, Sylvester Stallone, just tweeted out some Philly love. He wrote, "Yo Eagles, you did it," and referenced his classic movie character.
Nice. But he's chiming in. All right, 8 below. That's the actual temperature in the Fox Valley, Appleton right now, giving us a wind chill of 23 below. It's not like the winds are that strong, but it's just enough when you have these cold temperatures to give you those bitterly cold wind chills. This is a current temp in Green Bay, 9 below. It's 14 degrees below zero in Watoma. And these wind chills make it feel like in Manitowoc, 22 below. Sturgeon Bay, 21 below. You get the hint. It's very cold out again. We've got a wind chill advisory going until 10 o'clock this morning for most of the area, save for Menominee County, Michigan. And here's the other thing I'm watching for today. Now, this isn't a big deal, but the farther you live to the south, the better your chance of seeing a few flurries or some very light snow. If you would see any sort of accumulation out of that, minor if anything, it's southeast Wisconsin, the better chance of seeing more significant accumulation. But as far as your day today, 14. So we'll rebound the temperatures a little bit. That's still way below average. And then just a chance of a few flurries, maybe a little bit of light snow the farther south you are late this afternoon. So, Brooke, we're caught in that winter-like pattern again. I'm going to let you know if we change anything when we might make it into the 20s here coming up.
All right, thanks, Fish. Now, did the FBI abuse its power and play politics to spy on a Trump campaign aide, or is there more to the story? The other side could come out today. Tracy Potts is on Capitol Hill with what to expect.
Brooke, good morning. Expect another vote today. This one on the Democrats' memo. Yes, they're writing their own because they think key facts were left out.
This 4-page memo claims the FBI used unverified information paid for by Democrats to convince a secret court to let them spy on Trump campaign aide Carter Page. But Democrats say that memo written by Republicans leaves out a lot.
The information, the facts tell a totally different story.
Democrats have put together their own version of the facts.
It's a point-by-point refutation of the basically propaganda talking points in the Republican memo.
And like the Republican memo, it's classified. Lawmakers are expected to vote today whether the Democrats' version should go public. Some Republicans say they're okay with that.
The Democrats are certainly going to have their opportunity in releasing their memo to disagree, and we'll let Americans make their own minds up.
President Trump says the Republican memo totally vindicates him in the Russia investigation. Some of his own colleagues disagree.
It also doesn't have anything to do with obstruction of justice.
Republicans say the FBI's tactics should be exposed. Democrats say it's an unrelated black eye on the agency in the middle of the Russia investigation.
And this may not be the end of things. The Republican chair of that Intelligence Committee says they're still investigating and they have more information to release, including how the State Department may have been involved. From Washington, Tracy Potts, NBC 26.
All right, thanks, Tracy. Now, Governor Scott Walker will be in Ashwaubenon today to talk about the importance of law enforcement. He'll appear at the Wisconsin Sheriff's and Deputy Sheriff's Conference at the Radisson Hotel and Conference Center. The event starts this morning at 8 a.m. All right, still ahead, a look at one Super Bowl ad that turned heads, how Budweiser threw out the script to highlight a major issue from 2017.
All right, it's really cold out again this morning. See that system? It's going to pass to our south, keep most of the snow there, but few of you could see a couple snowflakes today. I'll let you know who and how long this cold sticks around. Your full Storm Shield forecast. Stay with us.
Thanks for tuning in with us this morning. Fans of Budweiser's Super Bowl ads were surprised last night. Instead of featuring the brand's iconic Clydesdales or talking frogs, the company's flagship 1-minute-long spot for Super Bowl 52 was about the importance of water. The brewing giant touted its record in helping those affected by natural disasters last year.
Oh, that's interesting.
Very cool. Yeah, you know, usually they do the whole horse thing or the talking frog thing.
I was thinking a little dilly.
Dilly.
Heard enough of that, of course, yesterday.
Yeah, I'm so sick of hearing that.
All right, so thanks, Brooke. All right, outside right now, it's cold again. And now when you see this pattern, when you see like the blues on the maps here and the whites, that means that we're caught in the cold. And I'm going to put this in motion going through this week. Yep, still in it. That's a look at Tuesday. Watch here Wednesday, Thursday, and going into Friday. We're still in it. This is going to be another really cold week, well below average for temperatures, and that's how we're starting off again. 9 below currently in Green Bay. Now, there's not much wind, but it really doesn't take much when it's this cold to give you a wind chill of 22 below. That's what it feels like right now. So those temperatures, first of all, your big story, the actual temperature is 14 below in Watoma, 9 below Oshkosh and Fond du Lac, 8 below in Appleton, with these wind chills that feel like, there's Appleton checking in with a wind chill of 23 below. It almost feels like 30 degrees below zero in Antigo. So you get the picture when you go outside. Get ready. It's really cold. We got another one of these wind chill advisories rolling until 10 o'clock this morning, except for Menominee County, Michigan, even you this morning. It's really cold out with that breeze giving you a cold wind chill. Now, this clipper, it's really fast moving and it's going to pass to our south, but it may just clip part of the area. And if you have a flight going out of or coming into Chicago, as far as Milwaukee today as well, just watch it. You could have some delays there. Here comes that quick moving system. The farther you live to the south today here in northeast Wisconsin, the better your chance of seeing a few flurries, maybe a little bit of light snow later this afternoon into the evening. Then that moves on out. We clear out the skies and It's just going to be cold again. So snow forecast out of this. If you see anything at all, you can see the better your chance is to the south, and it's going to be light, if anything at all. That's the key. But if you are traveling to southeast Wisconsin later this afternoon into the evening, just watch it. Probably some slippery roads there, especially with these cold temperatures. 14, that's our high today, so salt wouldn't work very quickly. Chance of that light snow or flurries, especially the farther south you live. For tonight, same story. A chance of light snow or flurries the farther south you live. Otherwise, clearing skies late. 1 below. And then for tomorrow, quiet day, here's that false advertising with that sun. Only 12, but plenty of sunshine for you. Now, there's going to be another chance of a little bit of light snow late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Thursday, looking quiet, but only 17 degrees Friday. Another chance of snow into Saturday. All of these temperatures, Brooke, way below average. So this winter just continues with that cold, and it's not stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, this morning's one of those mornings where you get outside and it doesn't take very long for your kind of lips to stop working.
It like hits you when you go out.
Max said he could feel his nostrils freezing up. Too much information probably.
We all know. We all know.
All right, thanks, Fish. Coming up in sports, in case you missed it, there was a little football game played yesterday. We have highlights from Super Bowl Sunday coming up. And putting the finishing touches on the Winter Games, the latest out of Pyeongchang. You're watching NBC 26 today.
And now, NBC 26 Sports with Chris Barrier.
Good morning, everyone. Well, the football season is officially over after last night's big game in Minneapolis. And while the Packers were not a part of that game, there were still plenty of local connections to keep an eye on. So let's watch it again, shall we? Super Bowl 52, Philadelphia in search of its first title. The Patriots looking to tie the NFL record with 6. That doesn't include world championships. Second quarter, how about this? The Badgers connections. Here's one of them, James White, 3-time Big Ten champ with Wisconsin, muscling his way for 26 yards and a touchdown. Pats are down 3, though, later in the second. 4th down for the Eagles. They're going for it. A trick play. Trey Burton to the quarterback, Nick Foles. Eagles head coach Doug Peterson makes a gutsy call, and it pays off. He used to back up Brett Favre. Eagles leading at half, looking for more in the third quarter, and guess what? It's another Badger getting the job done. Corey Clement, undrafted. He led the Eagles receivers with 100 yards and a touchdown in the Super Bowl. This is the Patriots we're talking about, though, and they're not going quietly. Rob Gronkowski makes the snag in the corner of the end zone in New England, leads by 1 in the 4th. 2.5 minutes to play. Nick Foles finds Zach Ertz over the middle. He dives across the goal line. Wait a minute. Is it a catch? He loses possession on the fall. Ref says he established himself as a runner, and the touchdown stands. Still time for Tom Brady to be a hero, just like last year. Uh-oh, Tommy boy, no! Brady loses the football. The Eagles recover, and the Eagles are Super Bowl champs. Get this, Tom Brady threw for 505 yards. That's the second most of his entire career, and he still lost the game. That should tell you how well those guys from Philly played. Like it or not, the underdogs are on top. Philly, Philly. It's your look at sports. Have a great start to your week, everybody.
All right, thanks, Chris. Let's turn to weather now, where our Michael Fish is live outside on the weather deck, enjoying the temperatures this morning. Fish?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it out here,
Love
Brooke.
it, right?
It's been like the story of this whole winter with this frigid cold. That's the story again. And you see on this map here, 9 below in Green Bay. That's one of the coldest temperatures on this map besides Land O'Lakes, where it's also 9 below this morning. Pretty much everybody in the state right now is below 0. But the other thing with that, we do have a little bit of wind. It's not a windy morning. It's not even that breezy, but just this bit of a breeze when it's that cold. It makes it feel like this, 22 below. Here's a breeze right now. Yep, that feels like 22 below. 24 below, that's what the temperature feels like the wind chill is in Appleton and the Fox Cities this morning. Now, your forecast for today, you're going to notice these clouds on the increase, and then we're going up to 14 later this afternoon. But notice farther to the south, that's your better chance of seeing some light snow or flurries. But if you have any like flights or plans to drive towards Milwaukee or Chicago this afternoon and this evening, that's your best chance of more accumulating snow there. But Brooke, if you would see anything mainly to the south today, it would be very light, if anything at all.
All right, thanks, Fish. Come on inside and warm up. All right, residents and volunteers in South Korea were excited as the city prepared to host the Winter Olympics. The opening ceremony on Friday is set to welcome tens of thousands of tourists, officials, and athletes to the Northeast resort town. Workers had built roads, renovated buildings, and prepared menus in English, Chinese, and Japanese.
Yes, of course we're ready. And we also prepare about 6
months for this Olympic, so we are all ready about Pyeongchang Olympic.
And 75% of tickets have already been sold, the IOC said Saturday, adding that they expect a large number of tickets to be sold during the games itself. All right, we'll take another break, but before that, let's take a live look outside on our Green Bay Tower Cam. You're watching NBC 26 today. Stay with us. All right, thanks for being with us. Today is Super Sick Monday. We made it. We're here.
Oh, but I wanted to. More than 14 million people are expected to call in to work today, all coming down with Super Bowl-itis. Now, Mucinex is helping them come up with an excuse. They've actually created an excuse generator that you can pick from cold or flu, kind of feverish, all over cold or crazy cough.
You can't come up with it yourself, huh? That's funny.
So you want to make a difference? Yeah.
Oh, wow. After weeks of waiting, Disney has finally released its first official look at its upcoming Star Wars film, Solo, a Star Wars story, with a brief teaser during the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. With the full trailer coming out later this morning, that film hits theaters on May 25th. And
look at Photog.
Oh, there he is.
Photog Matt Coles is just like glued to the screen right now. He's so excited about this.
Yeah, he's going like this. That looks fantastic. I can't wait to see that in May. No,
it does look really good. It's very exciting.
Seriously, Star Wars fans here as well.
Almost as exciting as like the 50 Shades of Grey series coming out soon. Yeah, that's exciting too. People who
All right, I'm going to get to the weather
People
before.
like that.
It's cold out. 7 below in Green Bay, 9 below in Appleton. Look at Oshkosh even. It's 11 degrees below zero with wind chills that feel like 25 below Oshkosh. See them all updating here. 19 below in Manitowoc. A wind chill advisory, another one of these rolling until 10 o'clock this morning, except for Menominee County, Michigan. Even it's cold there as well. The other thing about today, you're going to notice the clouds on the increase. Now, the farther you live to the south, the better your chance of seeing a couple flurries or a little bit of light snow. If you would see any accumulation, really light, if anything at all. 14, that's all we get for a high today. And of course, if you miss one, we're actually going to possibly make it to 20. I'll time that out for you coming up. Easy, Brooke. Just do the tease.
All right, another full hour of news. Stay with us.